Hi, this is James. Today I'm going to talk about how to take the EIKEN Level 5 test and give some techniques and tips on how to answer some of the questions and what's a good process. So let's start. On the screen, you'll see a set of questions for the very beginning of the test. They check your grammar, reading, and vocabulary ability. My tips for all my students is I recommend that they look at the answers first, or in this case, look at the 4 available words that you can choose from. For example, question 1, we have words like test, box, party, and bike. All right, so that would give an idea what type of question will be asked. You have a test, maybe something related to school. A box could be something related to school or at home. A party, something fun. Or a bike, something that you ride or that you wash or that you take care of. Now, let's turn to the question. This is a dialogue because you can see that there's an A and a B. Person A is talking to person B. Person A says, "My birthday is next Saturday. Can you come?" Person A is asking, you can tell asking by the question mark, a question to person B. Person B replies, "Yes, they can come." Let's see, where do you go? Well, typically you go to a school, you go to home, library, but one of the most fun things to go to is a test. No, not a test. That's not the answer. Do you know the answer? Party. Go to a birthday party. So person A is asking person B, "Hey, can you come to my birthday party? It's next Saturday." Person B says, "Yes, I'll go." Okay, let's turn to question 2. The possible choices are make, jump, open, drink. Let's see. Jump is something to do with your body, okay? Drink, something you do when you're thirsty. Drink some juice, drink some milk. Open, you open a book, open a door, open a present. Okay? Make, something that you do. You make a story, you make um, a picture, draw a picture, make a building with blocks, something you make. But the question is, Mike likes basketball. That's not something you make, that's something you play. He can do something. He can something very high. So he can do an action very high. So the only possible choice that relates to an activity or a sport would be jump. In basketball, you do a lot of jumping. So he can jump very high. That's the correct answer. Let's turn to number 3. Beth, that's a person's name, goes to the zoo every month. I hope you know what a zoo is. That's where they keep a lot of different creatures. She sees many something there, okay? So as before, we should turn to the choices first. Songs. You don't really see songs with your eyes. Dances. Oh, you can see dances, but typically not at the zoo. Days. No, you don't really see days. You experience time, but you don't really see the time. So what do you see with your eyes at the zoo? Animals. She sees many animals at the zoo, probably like a giraffe, a lion, a tiger, a monkey, many types of animals. Okay, number 4, there's an A and a B, so you know it's a conversation between 2 different people. The words that are your choices are red, that's a color, heavy, something that weighs a lot of kilograms, large, something that's size is large, something that's long. So typically in a test like this, you're not going to answer a question that has a similar large or long type of answer. One key word you want to focus on in the question, we'll get to it, relates directly to the answer. So the person A is saying, you need an umbrella. What color do you want? That's the question because of the question mark. What color? That's what they're asking. Person B says, I want a one. So that's telling what kind of umbrella person B wants. Color, you should know from the possible choices, not long, it's not large. These are length, size, not heavy, that's weight. Color, the only choice available is red. Person B wants a red one or a red umbrella. Okay, let's look at question 6. The choices: eat, read, know, need. Eat, something to do with your mouth, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Read a newspaper, read a book, read a comic book. Something you know, something that you learned from before, from your teacher or from your parents, or something that you need, like your sneakers are old, you need new sneakers. Your toothbrush is old, you need to buy a new toothbrush. So let's read the dialogue. You know it's a dialogue because there's an A and a B. Person A says, the soup is ready, Paul. Let's lunch. Ooh, that's a key word. Okay, Mom. So Paul and Mom are talking about what to do for lunch. So for lunch, you don't really read it. You don't know it. Well, you do need it, that's for sure. But let's eat lunch. That's the answer. Let's eat. And Paul, person B, says, okay. Okay, Mom. All right, question 6. The words you want to know are shop, another word for store, team, like a baseball team, a football team, class, like what you have at school, book, something that you read. It's a dialogue between two people, A and B. A is asking a question. You can tell by the question mark. A says, what are you reading? B replies, it's about two girls. They are best friends. You read, not a shop. You go to a shop. You don't read a team. You can read about a team. You don't read a class. You read in class. What you read is a book. It's a book about two girls. They are best friends. Okay. Question 7. The choices are look with your eyes. You look. Run with your legs. Sing a song. Sing with your voice. And no, I won't be singing too much. And swim, something you do in the ocean, the sea, river, pool. Okay? So now let's read. Keiko, that's a girl's name, likes music. She likes music. That narrows down the choices. She can very well. So she can do something very well, a good job. She's maybe practiced many hours doing it. So she can run very well, not maybe, but that's not related to music. She can look very well, not maybe, but again, not related to music. She can swim very well, well, maybe, but not related to music. What's related to music is sing. She can sing very well. I should contact Keiko and ask for some lessons. I cannot sing very well. Okay, let's turn to the second set of questions. Hi, we're back again. This is the second set of questions, question 8 to 15. Let's see what the choices are. Question 8, we have out, in, with, and to. And the question we have is about a person. Her name is Lisa. She lives in a big house. It has a pool. Ooh, that's nice, Lisa. I'm jealous. I want a pool. So when you live is a place where you get up in the morning, you eat breakfast, eat lunch, you might eat dinner, you go to sleep. So all those things you do is something, a big house or a house, apartment. So Lisa lives with a big house? No. She doesn't carry it around or walk around with it. So no. She lives to a big house? No. That's a direction. You're going to a big house. You're walking or driving to. That's fine, but not in this sentence. The correct answer is Lisa lives in a big house. She lives inside it. You don't sleep out of the big house. Well, you can if you like camping and you like the outdoors, but it's a big house, so why don't you enjoy the inside? Nice, comfy bed and delicious food in the refrigerator. So Lisa lives in a big house. Okay, question 9. It's a dialogue between A and B. Between Scott is A, Mark is B. The options are with, at, of, and to. Very similar to question 8. Do you have your history notebook, Mark? No, Scott, it's home. So here we're interested in location. So no, Scott, it's with home. So no, this is not what we want. It's not with home. Again, you don't carry something with you. So that's not it. Okay. So it's of home? No, that's not it at all. It's to home? No, it's not going to home. A history notebook does not travel. So the correct answer is it's at home. It's at. Okay, question 10. Again, it's a dialogue. You see A and B. A is about Kenji. Okay? Options are A, the, any, much. Kenji, do you want some orange juice? Yes. Little. So if you want a little, just, maybe not a whole glass, just a small glass. So yes, much means more than little, so not that. Yes, any little? That doesn't fit. Wrong pattern. Yes, the little? No, that doesn't fit either. The correct answer is, yeah, a little. Yes, a little bit. A little he needs. So the correct answer is A, a little. Think of it, a little bit of juice, please. Number 11. Again, it's a dialogue between A and B. There's no question mark here, so they're just talking. The options are off, on, as, to. Well, off and on, you can think of lights. Turn off the light, turn on a light. As and to, a little bit trickier. Let's try to read. Welcome, Kate's Cafe. Hello, I want some chocolate cake and orange juice, please. So A sounds like a staff member at the cafe, and B sounds like a customer. So B wants some chocolate cake and orange juice. A, the staff member, is welcoming the customer regarding the cafe. So welcome, again, not off. You're not turning off the cafe, not on the cafe, not sitting on it. So that's not right. as a cafe, so it's not like a cafe, it's exactly the cafe. So welcome to the cafe. So thank you for coming to the cafe. So think of it that way, the staff member says. And sometimes if you go to a restaurant, you'll hear the staff, waiter, waitress say, welcome to our restaurant. Question 12. Let's look at the options. Hears, the ear, buys at a store, restaurant, shop, cuts, usually with scissors like your hair or paper, goes, think of go from one place to another. Roger is a person, he something to bed at 10 p.m. every night and wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning. So this pattern is not here. You don't hear to bed, you don't buy to bed at night, and you don't cut. So if you don't know what the exact answer is going to be, try to eliminate options that are definitely wrong. So those three are definitely wrong. So what you're left with is the correct choice, which means go to bed. Now, this is a phrase that's used quite often from parents to children when the parents want their child to sleep. Go to bed. My child goes to bed at 10:30. It's too late. So go, goes, going, that's all based on the base verb to go. In this case, Roger goes to bed is the best fit. Question 13. It's a dialogue, A and B. It's about Tom and Mom. So think about what a dialogue, conversation between a mother and a child is, okay? Options are open, opens, opening, to open. Oh boy, a lot of open choices. Tom, please, the window. Yes, Mom. Okay. So Mom is asking Tom to do something. So remember we talked about before, number 12, right? Go to bed. That's a dictionary form of the verb, very base form. Go to bed, not going to bed, not will go to bed. Go to bed, in this case, Roger goes to bed. So for 13, Mom is asking Tom, please do something now. Do something now. Please open the window. She's asking. Yes, Mom. So Tom will agree to do that. Tom is not opening it now. That's what he actually is doing at this moment. He's not doing it at this moment. Mom is asking him to do it. So that's why please open is the best answer. Tom, if he's doing it now also, you can say Tom opens the window now. But that's not the situation. This is a request from Mom. Tom, please open the window. Okay? So open is wrong. And to open, that's a wrong pattern in this case. So I'm not going to explain it, but just remember, if it's something that happens now, Tom, please open, she's asking. Okay, number 14. Again, it's a dialogue between A and B. And the options are I, we, our, ours. The question, you can tell because there's a question mark. Are you and Tim from Canada? So are you and Tim? That means you and Tim, two people. So if if it's two people, it can't be I, because I is just one person, yourself. It's not ours. It doesn't fit with the answer. Yes, ours are. No. Yes, our are. No. If ours is wrong, ours is going to be wrong too. So they're asking if you and Tim are from Canada, and your reply is yes, we are. So Tim and I are from Canada. We, the two people. Okay. Number 15, dialogue between A and B. The options are do, does, am, and is. Okay. So these are good do verbs and be verbs, am and is. So which one do you use? One thing to think about is it a question? Yes, because there's a question mark. The question is, do you know that girl? Typically, for a answer, you use the verb that's used in the question. So do you know that girl? Yes, I do. She's John's sister. So the answer choice number 1, do is the correct answer. So I goes with do. If you want to talk about he, yes, he does. That fits, but it's not a he, it's an I. So that's why that's wrong. Am and is are be verbs, and they don't fit this pattern because it's a verb is the do. You want to reply with that same verb. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's turn to the next set of questions. Okay, we're back. These are questions 16 to 20. And all these are dialogues because you can tell there's the person, girl, boy, father, girl, boy 1, boy 2, teacher, student, brother, sister. And also let's remember that sometimes there's a question. So you want to note that, make sure you understand if it's a question or not, or just a conversation. So you want to, again, look at the choices. So there's 4 choices for every question. When is it? What do you like? Is she in the kitchen? Who is she? Girl. She says, that lady is very tall. Boy replies, she's my aunt. The boy's replying to a question. So all the answer choices are questions. So what you want to focus on is what type of content in it. What are they talking about? A lady, she's my aunt, my father's sister, or my mother's sister. So lady is a person. When is wrong. That's about time. What is wrong? It's about what do you like, right? You doesn't relate to the aunt. So that's different. And also what is about a thing. Wrong situation. It's about a person, and a question word that answers a person or asks about a person is who. This is the correct answer. Who is she? Oh, the boy says, she's my aunt. Okay, that fits the best. Number 17, a father's talking to a girl, asked a question. The girl replies, I'm watching TV. Okay, so that's something you do, something. So a what type of question? The options are, do you know this? Is this your room? What are you doing? How tall are you? Okay. The girl's saying what she's doing. I'm trying to kind of actually give you the answer right there. It's hard not to say it. The father's not asking how tall you are because the girl's not saying how tall she is. The father's not asking, is this your room? Because you're not saying yes or no. The father's not saying, do you know this? Because she's not saying yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. So that's wrong too. So the best answer is, what are you doing? What are you doing, Laura? She says, I am doing TV. I'm doing watching TV. I'm watching TV. Okay? Let's turn to 18. Options are, he's a farmer, he's fine, he's in the kitchen, he's 30 years old. Based on this, you can actually tell what type of question it may be. He's a farmer will answer, what does he do? He's fine answers the question, how is he? He's in the kitchen answers the question, where is he? Location. He's 30 years old answers a question about? Right, about age. Okay? So the boy 1 says, my father is a bus driver. Ooh, talks about his job. What does your father do? That's a question. Boy 2 talks about his father's job. Not fine, not 30, not in the kitchen. Here. Answer 1 talks about the job. He's a farmer. Okay? Question 19. It's a dialogue between a teacher and student. It's a question. The options are, it's good. I have a notebook. It's not mine. You can do it. Okay? Let's think about the question. Is this your pen, Janet? So teacher's asking about a pen. Is it Janet's pen? Your pen. So let's think. Either she can say, yes, it is, or no. So she says, no. It's good? Oh, well, the pen may be good. Might be a really nice pen. But that's not how you answer the question from the teacher who says, is this your pen? So it's not going to be one. No, I have a notebook. It's Karen's. That doesn't answer the question. She may have a notebook, that's fine, but you wouldn't say, I have a notebook if the teacher's asking you about a pen. So that's not it. No, you can do it. Ooh, it's Karen's. You can do what? That's not how you would reply to a teacher, to tell the teacher that he or she can do it. The teacher's asking about a pen. It doesn't make sense. You can do it. So the best answer is no, it's not mine. It's not my pen. It's Karen's. It's Karen's pen. Okay? So mine refers to a possession. It's not mine, my thing. In this case, a pen. Last question, 20. The options are, that's great. I can't come to his house. He's coming. Let's buy a present for him. The brother's talking to the sister. The brother says, it's Grandpa's birthday today. Something, something, something. Good idea. So the sister's telling the brother, that sounds wonderful. Let's do it. Do what? Number one, that's great. And the sister says, good idea. Well, that's great. It's Grandpa's birthday, but good idea. There's no idea. The brother didn't say an idea, so it's not going to be one. It's Grandpa's birthday today. He's coming? Good idea. Well, he may be coming from, out of town or somewhere else to help celebrate. Fine. But that's really not an idea. It's just something the brother is saying. It's Grandpa's birthday today. I can't come to his house. Good idea. Maybe the brother and sister have a bad relationship and the sister doesn't want the brother to come. Okay. But no, that doesn't fit. It's Grandpa's birthday today. Let's buy a present for him. Good idea. So the idea the brother had was to buy a present for the grandpa. And the sister agrees. Good idea. So that's the best choice. Let's buy a present for him. Number 4. Okay? All right. So we'll be back with a set of the last questions for the reading and grammar. Hi, I'm back. Okay, these are the last questions for the reading part of the EIKEN 5 test, level 5 test. So questions 21 through 25, they have Japanese, and you need to translate what the Japanese means into English, and then look at what word goes in this location, what word goes in this location, and find the word that fits the number, okay? So if you know Japanese very well and can read Japanese, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for this. In terms of the sentence, the key point to look for is if it's a question or just ends with a period. So that helps you understand what really to start your sentence with, what type of word. So for question 21, it's a period, not a question. So you don't start with a question word. So typically you start with a subject. So a subject is typically a noun. A noun is a person. I, you, we, he, John, Jake, Mariko, Hana, you, David, Paul, and then has a verb and then an object. So here, the nouns that are available are computer and I am. So typically, I am would start the sentence. So here, the first option, I am, starts. So you put 3 here. I am let's think of the verb using. Okay, that's the verb. But there's also another word here. Number 2 means not. So you start with I am goes here, not goes here, using the computer now. I'm not using the computer now. So I'm is 3, not using is 4. So you want to look for 3, 4. 3, 4, no. 3, 4, no. 3, 4, yay! Okay, that's the answer. Because this one is 3, I'm. 4 is using, right? I'm not using the computer now. Okay. Question 22. It's a question mark. So you want to find out the question word, and they already have it. So how something something. They don't give any other hints. Typically, though, how are you? How many? How does? But really, the best option would be how old. So in this case, 1. So if this is 1, you can actually finish right now. How old? That's 1. That's 1. The only choices of 1 is this. So you can be finished. You don't have to do anything else. But let's try to see what the actual full sentence is. How old is, that's this one, Tom's grandfather? Okay? So grandfather Tom's doesn't fit. So you want to describe Tom's grandfather. Whose grandfather? Tom's. What about him? How old is he? So how old is Tom's grandfather? Okay. Question 23, that's a question. There's a question mark at the end. Okay, so here they don't supply anything in the beginning. So this is what you got to think of in terms of when you answer the questions. In this case, there was a question word. There's none here, but it's still a question. So the first word will typically be a question word. And let's see, that video game has in who? Who's the question? So the first one is for. And again, if you want to be clever, 4 is the first option. Is that a 4? No. Is that a 4? No. Is that a 4? Oh, that's it. So you're done. But if you have time in the test, let's try to review the whole set of words to find a full sentence. Who verb has what? That video game where? In your class. So who has that video game in your class? Okay, so it's 4-1. So that's the answer. Okay, 24 should be pretty easy. Ends with a dog. There's no question mark. So you want to think about what they're asking. So the Japanese, that's one key word, is not. So that, and again, you can look for 4. Is that a 4? No. Is that a 4? Yeah, that's it. Oh, but that's also a 4. So there's 2 4s here. You're not done. So you got to make sure that there's only one possible answer, but there's actually 2 possible answers. So we need to continue. That is not. So 1, 2. Ken's dog. That is not Ken's dog. So that is 4, is not is 2. 4, 2. 4, 3, no. 4, 2 here. Okay? The last one, number 25. It's a period, so you don't have to worry about a question word. It starts with this key. That's what you want to begin with. That one fits here, my mother. So again, once you get that, once it's number 1 here, look for, 4. Is that a 4? No. Is that a 4? No. Is that a 4? No. Oh, there's a 4. That's going to be your answer. So my mother, can she? No, cannot. Cannot what? Swim. So 4-3. 4-3. Okay, and the last one, well. My mother cannot swim well. Okay, so we reviewed 25 questions for the EIKEN Level 5 exam. I hope this type of tips and techniques was helpful. I will try to do some other tips and techniques for the listening, so stay tuned. Okay, thank you.